You're this perp back with another video, and I just got done watching Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. This is a new A24 horror comedy that just released. Man, and A24 has been putting out some fairly interesting movies. Does this continue the trend? I don't know. Find out in this review. I will not be discussing any spoilers because there is a pretty big twist in this movie. I'm not going to talk about that, but it's very interesting. So, basically, you have our two main characters that we get introduced to first. One goes by the name of Sophie, the other one goes by B, and I think she's like Russian or something like that. And they're going to Sophie's best friend's house, David, which is played by Skeet Davidson. And there's other characters like Alice and a slew of other ones. Was it Jordan? So you know what I'm saying. There's a lot of characters in this movie, and pretty much what I could say, it's a whodunit. It's definitely a whodunit more than a slasher, because going into it I was expecting slasher, but it's pretty much Clue for a new generation. Like this shows you definitely what not to do when you're around your friends. Like I like the tension that's built earlier in the film. Like as soon as Sophie gets there, there's already tension between the other friends. Like she's a recovering drug addict, so her being there kind of throws people off, and we don't get the reveal of why she left and stuff like that till later on in the movie. But as they continue to kind of celebrate and just party and whatnot, Sophie decides to say, hey, let's play Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Now this is a pretty interesting game. I don't know if anybody has ever really played this or if they just made this up. So essentially what Bodies, Bodies, Bodies is, I don't know if the drinking is a part of it, because they were doing shots and they were slapping the next person next to them and stuff like that. It was really violent. I was just like, damn. Anyways, they get all drunk. Some people are coked out, and it's a recipe for disaster. That's all I can say. So they're playing this game, Bodies, 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 and essentially it's like whoever draws the X is the killer. You got to kind of keep that on the hush hush, and the killer pretty much has to tap you on the shoulder to pretty much let you know that you're dead and stuff like that. It's almost like Among Us. You know, this movie is very much like Among Us, and I feel like that's where they kind of borrowed some ideas from. It was really interesting just how they went about this movie. As far as every person that you saw killed, it kept making you question, like, all right, who is the killer? Who is the actual person that does it? But when you get the reveal of what's actually going on, it's actually like, oh, damn. I didn't see that one coming. Because I definitely was paying attention to each character, especially the character B, because it made it seem like, yeah, it's gonna come out to be like it's gonna be her or their friend Max that they mentioned that we never see in this movie, that he's possibly the one that's going around killing everybody. But that's what's really fascinating. The humor in this, there's definitely a lot of humor in this that didn't really hit for me. It didn't really take me out of the movie. I like the humor that was given to the character Alice. I think she was pretty cool. This is definitely like a modern day, you know, kind of slasher whodunit for this new generation. This is definitely not like my cup of tea in some cases. Just the dialogue. You know, the dialogue is very 2022. You know what I'm saying? They used words like gaslighting and stuff like that. Even though I feel like they could have completely toned that down. I think that kind of took me out of the movie at points. Overall, I think this movie was entertaining for what it was. I will say I'm a little underwhelmed just because I was just kind of expecting more with the kills, because it does this thing where all right, you'll see a person dead, but you don't see who killed them, or that kind of felt a little cheap to me. You know what I'm saying? I would like to see the people getting killed. I'm not saying like, not encouraging that, but it would have just kind of made their deaths a little bit more impactful, because characters would die. I really don't care, because they're all kind of scumbags to each other. They're kind of really, really bad friends. These are the type of friends you don't want to be like associated with. Just terrible people. It was cool. I feel like they did something new and unique with this type of genre. I would be curious to see how other people feel about this movie. I still think, as far as the horror movies that A24 has dropped, X is definitely the best that they put out so far. That's the movie to kind of beat. But I wouldn't say this was a terrible movie. I just feel like it kind of fell short in some aspects. I do like the twist at the end, and I could see that kind of being make or break for some people. But if you've seen this movie, let me know your thoughts and feelings about it. Yeah, did you kind of figure out what was going on as you're watching it? Was it too predictable? Did you not see the ending coming? But yeah, that's just my quick take on the movie. I think it's definitely worth the watch. You know what I'm saying? I think there's gonna definitely be an audience for this. But until next time, I will see y'all in the next review or next video. Peace.